Hi, my name is Martin Glennon, and today I'd like to speak with you about philosophy. What I mean by philosophy is the ideas we have which limit us. So let's say you have a goal and you set it low because you just don't want to disappoint yourself. These are ideas that we have ingrained in our mind without knowing because of our family, our friends, our parents, things like this. People who really care about us but don't realize the damage they're saying. Don't do something that might hurt you, or don't do something that you might be disappointed in, or something like that. This is a concept that I have ingrained in my mind, getting better really, from one of my favorite speakers. His name is Jim Rohn. He talks about philosophy all the time in his speeches, and he talks about how it really limits us in the ability to move forward. I want to give a few examples of people who have a great philosophy and change their philosophy as life goes on to create a better vision for their future. First one is an American icon. His name is Henry Ford. Everybody should know who Henry Ford is. Henry Ford started out with nothing. He had a farm. Him and his wife decided to move into a different field of business, where Henry Ford started to work for Thomas Edison, a famous inventor who created light bulbs, electricity, video cameras, the phonograph, a lot of different things that we use still today. Thomas Edison allowed Henry Ford to really start inventing there, where he became a manager and actually invented his first version of the combustion engine. From there, he decided he wanted to go on to creating a better future for the auto business. He started creating sports vehicles, just faster automobiles than what were being created already. And then he decided he wanted to sell more vehicles in more efficient time. So he created the assembly line where people would stand in one place, and just efficiency. These are things that come up in his philosophy. He created a vision where no one could tell him that anything was impossible, and anybody who did, he fired. So he was the first example I could give. He became one of the 3 richest people in the world at the time, and also sold 15 million Model A vehicles, his very first version, as others were not selling that many, and I believe there were over 100 different manufacturers, but his had over 50% of the market. After that, I'd like to speak about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a modern day good philosophy person. Donald Trump is basically the only one I can think of that can go bankrupt so many times and still be incredibly filthy rich. Donald Trump, he had $1 billion industry and he went bankrupt. He lost it all. And in 2 years later, he had another $1 billion industry. Now, that's something that's ingrained in him. Nobody says to themselves, I can make $1 billion in 2 years. Nobody. But Donald Trump knew how to make money, and he'd failed about 10 businesses, so he knew what he was doing, and he knew that he could make the money back. These were just 2 examples of philosophy and what you can do with your mindset if you really set your mind to it. I thought this was something interesting to point out, and I thought that most people would really consider making themselves do more than what they're comfortable with. So I have more examples other than this. If you really are interested, just let me know. So please let me know what you think and get back to me. Thank you for listening today. Goodbye.